If you've ever noticed that your birthday comes and you treat it like any other day, you're not alone. No countdown, no excitement, no urge to celebrate or tell people. Maybe you even feel a little uncomfortable when someone brings it up. You brush it off, keep things low key, or quietly move past it. On the surface, it doesn't look like a big deal, but psychologically, it often says more than people realize because birthdays aren't just about age. They're about attention, identity, and how comfortable you are being seen. And for some people, that's exactly where things get complicated. People who treat their birthday like a normal day often have a very specific relationship with attention. It's not that they hate it, it's that they don't fully trust it. When attention is predictable, like on a birthday, it can feel forced, like people are showing up because they're supposed to, not because they genuinely feel it. So instead of enjoying it, there's this quiet question in the background. Would they care if this wasn't my birthday? That small doubt changes everything. It makes celebration feel less meaningful and sometimes even uncomfortable, so they minimize it, not because they don't matter to themselves, but because the moment doesn't feel fully real. There's also something deeper happening beneath that. For a lot of people, birthdays mean being the center of attention, and being the center of attention means being fully seen, not just casually noticed, but acknowledged. And if someone grew up in an environment where attention felt inconsistent, or came with pressure or expectations, being seen doesn't feel safe. It feels exposing. Though over time, the brain creates a simple solution. Stay in control by staying low key. Don't make it a big deal. Don't expect too much. Don't give the moment power. Because if you don't expect anything, you can't be disappointed. And if you don't draw attention, you can't feel uncomfortable under it. That's not indifference. That's protection. You'll often notice small behaviors that reflect this. They don't remind people about their birthday. They might even hide it. If someone plans something for them, they feel awkward instead of excited. They downplay it or try to shift focus back to others. Sometimes they even feel a strange pressure to respond correctly to attention, to act grateful, happy, appreciative, but inside, it doesn't feel natural because the moment itself feels unfamiliar. And here's where it gets interesting. It's not really about birthdays. It's about how someone relates to being valued. For some people, feeling valued has always been tied to what they do, not who they are. So a birthday, where the attention is just about them existing, can feel confusing, uncomfortable even, because there's no role to play, no effort to prove anything, just presence. And if someone isn't used to being valued in that way, their instinct isn't to relax into it, it's to pull away from it. There's also a quiet independence that often develops here, a kind of emotional self-reliance. They don't expect much from others. They don't rely on external validation. They've learned to keep things contained. So a birthday, something that invites warmth, attention, and connection, can feel like it's disrupting that balance. It's asking them to receive when they're more comfortable managing everything internally. So instead, they keep it simple, just another day. But underneath that simplicity, there's often a pattern of minimizing personal moments, of not taking up too much space, of staying just slightly outside the spotlight. Not because they don't want connection, but because connection has always felt a little uncertain, a little unpredictable. And when something feels unpredictable, the mind looks for control. Keeping your birthday low-key is one way to do that. And over time, it becomes part of identity. I'm just not someone who celebrates. I don't care about birthdays. It's not a big deal to me. And maybe on the surface that feels true. But if you look closer, it's not always about not caring. Sometimes it's about not being used to receiving, not being used to being the reason people show up. Because when you strip it down, a birthday is a simple thing. It's a moment where people pause and acknowledge you, not your achievements, not your role, not your usefulness, just you. And depending on your experiences, that can either feel warm or unfamiliar. So when someone treats their birthday like a normal day, it's not random. It's a reflection of how they've learned to relate to attention, to value, and to themselves. It's a quiet pattern, subtle, easy to miss, but once you see it, you start to notice it everywhere, not just in birthdays, but in how someone handles praise, connection, and moments meant just for them. And that awareness changes how you understand it, because it was never just about the day, it was always about the meaning behind it.